Hi, Virgo, and welcome to your Venus love reading. This is for Virgo suns and Virgo Venuses. Venus is going to move into Pisces on the 13th of January, and she will be there till about February 6th. So, Virgo, Venus transiting Pisces, it means this is a time of completion, a time of soul connection, a time of deep realizations coming from the depth of you in regards to love and romance, because that's how we are looking at it for this particular reason, this particular reading. And Mars is currently in Sagittarius, which is bringing forth deep soul understanding about relationships. So, Virgo, let's take a look and see how this is impacting you. We're going to pull a card for both the Venus and Mars energy. So Venus is bringing forth apology, accountability, and Mars falsity. Ooh. So Virgo, this Venus transit through Pisces while Mars sits in Sagittarius is all about truths coming to light, confessions, accountability, ownership, and also, we have the Cancer full moon lunar eclipse that is taking place on January 10th, and that energy will definitely be with us as Venus moves through Pisces until about the middle of, February, when we have the next full moon in Leo. Anyways, for you guys, Virgo, this is about truths. And to me, this is really going both ways, where you are realizing things about yourself that you've done and said, and you want to make right, as well as, your partner that you're involved with, taking some accountability and wanting to do right by you for things that have happened in the past. So those of you in existing connections, commitments that have a strong connection, that's what I see is like true accountability on both sides, where you're coming together because you want to be a stronger force moving forward in the future. Now, for the rest of you, what I feel is if we're in a more shaky situation or a relationship that's not committed at all, or we've been kind of hung up on somebody about the past, there's deep truths coming to light. Okay. And I do see apologies being exchanged and people taking ownership and accountability for different things they've said and done. And this could just be to bring closure to both of you. Or, this could be a second go round. But what I feel more, Virgo, is like deep understanding about how somebody felt, why they did certain things they did, which finally brings you the information, the light that you need to be free, to accept, to allow closure within yourself, within your soul, give you that understanding and clarity. Because sometimes what keeps us really hung up or in limbo with somebody is because we really don't know. There's so many mixed signals, so much, different information that you don't know which is which. Do they like me? Do they not? Should I stay? Should I go? Are we going to be together again, or do I need to move on? Like, if you feel back and forth, then one day you feel this, one next day you feel that, and you really don't know. You are finally coming into that clarity, that deeper understanding that you've been seeking through this, transit of Venus and Pisces. And those of you in solid connections, happier Virgos, I just see deeper honoring coming in between the two of you. And so I'm not sure I'm going to get much more messages for you guys other than that. But I just see that, like, happy Virgos, there's deep truths that we're sharing with each other. And it brings you even closer and taking ownership and accountability for different things that have happened. It's beautiful. I like that. Okay, so let's pull some more cards about what Venus is bringing you, Virgo. Okay, so we have not enough. frustrated in relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear, ego issues, jealousy. Yeah, that's that back and forth energy with somebody you're dealing with or somebody you're kind of still hung up on where you don't know, like you really don't know from one day to the next. And that's why this clarity is coming to light. Those of you in these strong connections, I see you overcoming some challenges, some insecurity and jealousy issues that you guys may have been struggling with. Separation, sadness, missing you, thinking about you, unsure of the future. Yeah. See, much like Leo's reading, Virgo, I don't feel like happy Virgos, much information is really going to come through for you. This is more about Virgos who are in these weird situations, these complicated situations, or separated from somebody, and finally receiving the guidance that they need. So those of you in happier relationships, I'm just going to give one final message, which is I do see truth and clarity coming to light, but this is more of like the two of you sharing and having intimate conversations at a soul level, which only makes you stronger, okay? And so I'll just leave it there for you guys, because this is just really not a message for you, because this is for Virgos who have been in the struggle and they don't understand what's going on. Next out, I like you. I like you. Someone likes you. Romance is blooming. Fun, flirting. Want to date. And so here you go. This is that back and forth, back and forth. I don't know from one day to the next. This could be where somebody is really warm one day and then the next day they're cold. If you're just kind of crushing on them or interested in them or just dating them, it's like their energy is on and then they're very aloof, or you're completely separated from them and it's like you think about the connection and you don't understand what happened and why things didn't work out. Virgo, all of that, Venus moving through Pisces, she wants to bring you what you need to understand. Mars wants to bring you that deep spiritual light so that you can have closure and move on and move forward. Bring you that just beautiful clarity. So let's look at Mars specifically and what he's doing. Heartbroken, deeply hurt, sadness, separation, breakup, feeling lost, grieving, mourning. Heart with the key, welcoming love, meeting the one, open your heart, getting together, perfect. And lastly is the butterfly, relationship evolving to the next phase, healing inner child growth. See, yeah, the Virgos that are happy, there you go. That's the confirmation of that. But anyways, Virgo, yeah, Spirit wants to really get rid of, people that don't belong in your journey anymore. There's a different romance up ahead for you guys. It's just that you have to go through this final phase to reach the closure within. And for some of you, this could come through somebody actually giving you an apology, offering you information, telling you why they ghosted you or why they cheated or why they did this, why they did that. And it doesn't, to me, look like for you guys to get back together. This, whatever this information that's coming to you, this deep soul understanding, this clarity, Virgo, it's to set you free. It's giving you the closure. It's the sign, the information that you've been asking Spirit for quite some time, I feel. But you were, going through a soul lesson through with this person, and now it's time for you to understand and be free, because there's a love up ahead that's much better for you, that is welcoming, that isn't going to leave you confused, that isn't flaky, that isn't back and forth, in and out, all those things. And Virgo, since this is a general reading, this could have been you, where you've been the one that's flaky and back and forth, can't make up your mind, in and out, in and out. And through this, Venus transit in Pisces, it's going to come to your attention who you are, your behavior, and you're not going to have a desire to interact with people that you don't really have romantic interest in. You're getting more spiritual about it. And, if you've been acting out in such ways because you're heartbroken over somebody from the past, you're getting very real with yourself and calling yourself to the carpet and taking responsibility and accountability for your behavior and changing, because you don't want frivolous flings or anything like that. You want the real thing. And through this clarity that comes from your soul, you're going to be ready to let the past go, let this person go, let flings go, all of it, because, the astrology, where you're at on your life journey, it's time for a specific person to come into your life. You're meant to have a romance with this person, and you've got to be done with all of this first. So that's why I feel for Virgo, you're getting your closure that you have been asking and you have been seeking. Let's pull some tarot. And I feel like a shuffle, even after all of that. So, the card Spirit wants to use must not have been close enough to each other. Okay. Yep. Look at that, Virgo. Spirit wants to bring you new love. And I just have to say, in all these readings I've done, pretty much what I see for all signs, your number 6 is strong couples are like, transforming, going to the next level of their love and connection and overcoming quite a bit. And, those of you who are in flaky situations, wising up to that and choosing differently for yourself, because there's new love coming in. Like this Ace of Cups, I think maybe one reading it hasn't shown up in. So it's all about new love. All right, yeah, Temperance, where it's equal, it's mutual, it's not flaky, it's not confusing. Queen of Pentacles, there's your energy right there, Virgo. But Spirit's getting you on your game, getting you back on point, regaining your footing before this new love comes in. That's why it's time to know the truth, have the closure so that you can let it go and move forward and be open and available and your best version of self for this new love. Ooh, and there it is. There it is, the King of Cups. There is your love. So, high probability of being a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Could be a fellow earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, or another Virgo. And, Temperance could be a Sag. And lastly, we have the Hanged Man, Virgo. You've got to, whatever this is for you, you have to deal with it. You have to face it. And change your mind and not be afraid to move into the unknown, be with a new person, explore new energies, shift your perception about what you thought was supposed to be, what shoulda, coulda, but wasn't, because there is something that is supposed to be that's trying to come in. And that's why, you're going to be brought into a lot of truth with this Venus transit. And some people could be returning to your life, wanting to offer you apology. You could want to send some messages to certain people and be like, hey, I'm really sorry for XYZ that I did or that I said to you. Like, it's just, you're in that space. It's like wrapping up, completion, closure, that closure you've so been longing for. And again, it comes from that truth, that depth of truth from the soul. Finally, like, you feel enlightened, you understand, and you're able to let go and, move forward. Don't be afraid, though. Next card out is actually the Nine of Swords with this. And so fear is the only thing that really holds you back, is staying attached to the familiar, afraid that you'll never have a beautiful soul bond again. You will. You are meant to be in a beautiful, loving connection that's balanced. Here it is, new love that's balanced for Virgo, along with the water sign. Or if they're not a water sign, the way that they interact with you and connect with you, like they love you you right away. Like they just fill you right away. So don't cling to the old. And it's like you're finally getting that information and enlightenment, the closure. Okay, let's pull some advice. Oh, this is so good. This is all about soul remembering, Virgo. And this is the whole message. I'm talking about that. And here it is. Yes, your soul is speaking to you, giving you the guidance. You are remembering your divinity, and you're tapping into parts of you that you haven't accessed in a very long time. And so the closure that's being given, take it. Don't be afraid to step into the unknown, Virgo. There is new love for you up ahead. You've just got to complete this cycle and let it go so that it can come in. Those are your messages, Virgo. I am sending you lots of love and light. Take care.